This is a demonstration of the Alarm Manager in OpenBMCS's OpenManagement platform. Okay, so when we go into alarms, the first thing that we see is a console with all the alarms that are currently available. So on the left hand side you can see the green light signifies that the point is okay, and the red signifies that it is an alarm but it's been acknowledged, and you can see here that it's been acknowledged by Matt. On the right hand side we can click on edit, which allows us to change the priority, change what message comes up, change the name, select whether it's being sent on true, false or both, and we can also change and add notes, and we can create a link to the graphics so that you can go directly to a graphic when that alarm comes up. So we also have settings. So in settings we can set our own notification. So this allows us to basically go, when we have critical alarms, we can set them to do different things. So at the moment we only have the one choice of email, but eventually we'll have SMS in there, and also paging and printing. So at the moment we can only obviously select email, but we can select obviously multiple we can select multiple different priorities to be emailed out, so we can select a few of them, but at the moment we've just got critical, and critical has a schedule, and that schedule obviously is from 6 until 5:40. And we can obviously do that with all of them, so we can add multiples in there. That one obviously just had the one. We can add new ones, delete them, and obviously save. So then we've also got priority type. So what that is all of those different options that are across the top here. So we can obviously add and subtract those ones, so you can see it's updated through here. This one's obviously just for us while we're playing around. And if you have the rights, obviously these are if you've got the high enough user privileges, and we can obviously change everyone else's settings so other people don't have to come in if we don't want them to. So this allows us to limit by clicking on this side. If we just add, and what we'll do is inside of here we're going to add demo. Okay, so now there's a folder inside of level 1 called demo, and we're going to add in a boolean, and it's just going to be called boolean alarm, and we're going to send a message out when it's only true, saying demo test works. And we're going to add an analog, test, and we'll go from 20 to 25. We want to know when it's out of range. Out of range is got the units right, and it's a temperature. Okay, so we save that. So now we've got those two there. And you can see that currently they're not linked because there's no value in there. There's a null and no value. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to link those 2 points. So if we go into programming, I've already got points there, but I'll delete those ones because they're not connected to anything, and you can see the the whole process. So we just go to OpenBMCS, analog alarm. Now on this side we obviously have the 7-character limit, so just to be aware of that one. Something very strange on that one. So on our boolean we can see the update time, the status. There's nothing being sent at the moment because there's no object. So if we go down and we're going to go find that object, so we press on that button, up comes our locations. So if we just go through, go into level 1, go into demo where we found it, you can see that it's only that boolean alarm. We choose that, so that one's now linked. Sorry, I didn't save that. So just like with every other point that's inside of the system, we do need to write. So if we go to analog, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find that point. Write that point. Okay, so now we've got both of those running, so we'll have a look. That one's off and that one's currently 0. So if we save and exit, go into the alarm, you can see now that the analog is an alarm and the value is 0. You can see that the digital is currently not showing anything, so that'll be because it is in false. Okay, you can see that this flashing light is on, so if we go in there, we can acknowledge. That will basically clear that, so now it'll just be red. You can see that I was the one that acknowledged it, and I didn't put a note against it. So we'll do the same with the boolean. So if we go back into our controller, go to boolean, turn that on. What we'll do is, while we're here, we'll put that one in range, so you can see the two different things. Okay, so now we go into alarms. Obviously these update every 60 seconds, so even though we've changed it on the other side, it may not have actually sent it through, so we just got to wait for a couple of seconds to see what comes through. Okay, there you go, so that one's gone into true. So we can go in there, and again we can obviously acknowledge that point. This time what we're going to do is say this was just a test, so people know that we were just playing with it. So you can see that's gone in there. So if we have a look now on the other side, you can see this was just a test. You can see this one's gone into yellow, so because it's now inside a range, but what we are trying to do is make sure that we have somebody actually say yes, that has been resolved. So this is to stop nuisance alarms, so coming in and out. So if you don't say it's resolved, it can come in and out and it can flutter, and you still don't have a problem. So we can go in there and go, yeah, that has been resolved. So we were just testing. So there you go. So it's resolved. It's not an alarm. and it was acknowledged by Chris, and it was resolved by myself. Okay, so it just says just testing. Okay, so now we can go ahead and do the same with that one if we wanted to, and we could put in the same exact values. So thank you very much. That has been a demonstration of our alarm module.